S26 Ultra is bringing some change, but Samsung is stuck at one of the most important thing. Although S25 Ultra is on a really good deal from Samsung, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. Samsung is stuck with the pricing of S26 Ultra, while Samsung coped up with the pricing with the Galaxy Z Fold for their initial launch and set the price even less compared to its original production cost, but bear the loss just to step into a tri-foldable world. Now, even the production of S26 Ultra started, but Samsung still didn't confirm the pricing of upcoming S26 series. Samsung were going to add Exynos 2600 just to control the cost, but due to yield issues, Samsung may launch in limited markets and only power S26 and S26 Plus. While these things occur, Samsung is struggling to price S26 series as the component cost is too high, and yes, Samsung has to go for profits. According to Korean media, while raising the selling price might guarantee a certain level of margins, it would increase the burden on consumers and potentially reduce sales. However, maintaining same price as the previous model will inevitably lead to decline in profitability. The MX division is in a difficult situation. Things are not looking good for the next year, especially for a mobile industry. Not just Samsung, but other companies are also thinking about the price increase. Now, there are two other sources who claim different information. Earlier, a source suggests Samsung may stick with the same price as last year, but they might reduce the pre-order deals, although my internal source suggests Samsung is thinking of increasing the price, which means $50 to $100 at least. $1,350 or $1,400 would be the launch price, who knows. These are the last minute changes and Samsung can go either way. Honestly, S26 base model don't deserve to be pricier compared to the S25 base model. Now, let's see the difference between S25 Ultra and S26 Ultra. From display to design, Samsung has changed a bunch of things on S26 Ultra. Even the first look of the S26 Ultra is out and we saw some visible changes in the S26 Ultra. But recently, there is a source who shared a complete set of specs for the S26 Ultra in comparison to S25 Ultra. And looking at the specs, yes, there are some changes in it and some are really bad. So at the start, both devices are going to feature a 6.9 inches display. The change is in the display technology. S25 Ultra came with M13 while the S26 Ultra will be featuring the M14 panel. But the interesting thing is, S26 Ultra and S25 Ultra both are featuring the same 2600 nits of peak brightness, despite using the new technology on S26 Ultra. The processor is obvious, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which got more details in it than just a simple change. And the list also shows a 12 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of RAM. Well, this is where things got different. S26 Ultra is featuring a 16 gigs of RAM option, but only for limited markets. I mean, even source confirmed, China would be one of it where we can see a 16 gigs of RAM on S26 Ultra. Else, even the 1TB version will be seeing a 12 gigs of RAM across all models. Now the cameras, 50 megapixel is same, but the 3x 10 megapixel is seeing a change for next year. Did you notice something? The aperture is better on S25 Ultra compared to the S26 Ultra. Well, this is the downgrade I was talking about. Even he shared this spec sheet. Well, while I have more details about the 3x telephoto sensor, other cameras will be same. Now the battery is another thing. 5000 mAh battery, same on both phones. Well, some suggest 5200 seems a bit off now, so no battery change next year. But the charging speed is seeing a change next year. 45 watt on S25 Ultra and 65 watt on S26 Ultra. So finally, a change we want is here. He didn't mention a wireless charging update, but S26 Ultra is also going to see a wireless charging update from 15 watt to 25 watt. Another major change we have on S26 Ultra is it will come with a magnet in it. The thickness is also changed from 8.2mm to 7.9mm, which is another plus, probably one of the slimmest Ultra from Samsung. And there is a slight change in the weight of a phone. 218 grams on S25 Ultra compared to 214 grams on S26 Ultra. Hardly notice a difference in real life. Samsung was working on 4 different phones this year, and when the time came for the final decision, the S26 Edge excluded from the lineup and they added the Plus model at the end. And with that, they struggled to launch the product on time. There are a bunch of different sources with different information, but right now, I have an exclusive information about the release date of S26 Ultra, even the exact date when they're gonna launch the product. According to my internal source, Samsung is going to launch S26 Ultra on 11th of Feb 2026 at 10 AM. Yes, for about 20 days compared to the S25 Ultra, but there were some sources who do suggest a 2-month delay, which is obviously not true. Another thing, last time my source do suggest a 21st of Jan, but recently Samsung changed the launch date since the production of S26 Ultra is just started, but they delayed the production of S26 and S26 Plus, which caused a significant delay for about 20 days. Meanwhile, there is no other reason for Samsung to delay the launch of S26 Ultra. Even S26 Ultra is on time, even the production. The base and Plus version is actually the ones delaying the launch. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.